Okay, so let's go with the interview about this upcoming new record and upcoming new tour that is going to be very, very important in Spain with 4 dates here in Spain in June. So it's going to be really, really important this year. Okay, let's going to talk first about the new record. Firepower was a very successful album back 6 years ago. Has it been difficult to create a new album with such high expectations from the previous record?
No, not really. Only because, of course, it's always difficult because Judas Priest, having released so many records that yes, it's always difficult to best your last one, to make one that's better than your last record. But for some reason, like you said, this was a carryover from Firepower. Some of the songs, incidentally, on this record were songs that we recorded during the Firepower session. So that I think it kind of helped us kind of stay in the same zone, the same mode of writing and recording. And having Andy Sneap as the producer and the excuse me, the engineer helping us record everything and just being part of the team. Obviously, he plays guitar with us on tour, so he's a friend and you know a band member, so to speak, in those terms. So it's been helpful to have him, and it's for this album also. It took the better part of 2 years. Not only the stuff we recorded during Firepower, which was about 5 years ago, I think, but it took a good 2 years. So we took our time. To answer your question, we took our time. We didn't rush anything, and that's why I think we were able to come up with some good stuff like we did.
Mm-hmm. Do you consider it the Invisible Shield follows the essence of Firepower, follow the trails of that album, or it's different in a way?
No, I definitely think it's the little brother to Firepower. Yeah.
Oh, I think it's going to be great for the fans. Okay, fans already know the 3 advanced singles, Panic Attack, Trial by Fire, and Crown of Thorns. I reckon you are rehearsing now for the tour in Nashville, if I'm not wrong. I can imagine you are rehearsing the 3 singles right now because they will be part of the tour.
Yeah, it's a good point. We definitely are thinking about those 3 songs as well as 1 or 2 others that I guess I won't mention because I'm not sure if we're going to do them live or not, but I hope so. I want to do them. And yeah, we definitely, the thing is that we're really excited about is obviously going on tour for this new record, and just to be on tour and play the old Priest songs like we're going to do. We haven't toured since 2022. We did 1 show last year in 2023, but that was just a one festival in California called Power Trip. But so we didn't tour at all in 23. We really wanted to concentrate and finish the record and get it out. So it's out, or it's going to be out in a couple of weeks. So now it's time to put our feet to the fire and head back out on the road and visit all wonderful fans in Spain and everywhere else.
Okay, a part of the 3 songs, the 3 singles that all the Judas Priest fans already know, what songs would you highlight from the new album, from the other 8 songs you have for the record? What songs you would highlight your favorites? I don't know.
I like the title track, Invincible Shield. I hope we can play that live. It's a long song. It's about 6 minutes long. So to me, it falls in line with those classic Judas Priest songs. Not anything that's going to be on the radio, but just stuff like Victim of Changes or Excite, or just classic Judas Priest songs that have a lot of parts, certainly a lot of guitar playing in there, a lot of guitar parts. But I think when Rob hits the chorus, Invincible Shield, I think the song just takes off. I've been practicing to it on my own, and when I'm playing along with it, as soon as that chorus comes in, I get excited and probably speed up a little bit, which is not a good thing. But anyways, it's an exciting song, and I really hope we can do that live. I like the song Giants in the Sky. I think that's a really cool song. And the 3 that you mentioned, Panic Attack and Trial by Fire, things like that, those are going to be cool.
Okay. Glenn Tipton has played an active role in the songwriting of the new album. It's a motivation for for him to deal with the illness, with the disease, with the illness. But sorry, it's a motivation for him writing for the album.
Yeah, it's funny when we get around Glenn, or Glenn gets around us. He because as you know, he's not with us every day, and he won't be on tour every day. Hopefully, he'll be able to come out to certain shows. But it seems like when he gets around the band, man, he literally, you can see the life come back to him. He gets more lively. He gets even more physically limber, if you will, because he certainly has his good days and bad days, as he'll tell you. But he definitely seems to come to life. So I think being around the guys in the band, or just being around the band as a whole, I think it really motivates him and inspires him. I think it's good for him physically and mentally to be part of it. So hopefully he will be able to join us sometime. And yeah, he was around when we did the record.
All right. In addition to Glenn Tipton illness that we knew 6 years ago when Firepower released 6 years ago, now you had to face Richie Faulkner's serious health problems with the heart, the operation. It was back in 2021. You had to show great resilience, great strength to overcome the adversity. Was it difficult to keep going after Glenn Tipton later the problem with Richie? I can imagine it was very difficult for the band.
Yeah, it was difficult. It was a surprise, obviously, and a shock. No more to Richie than it was us, but it's also gave us a new appreciation, a real big appreciation, because first of all, Judas Priest, has been doing this a long time, and given all of our ages and things like that, we understand it's not going to last forever. And so the thing that happened to Richie and us as far as being on tour, it was a real wake-up call. So we are much more appreciative now, and we really look forward to this new tour and being able to travel all around the world and promote this new record and play live in front of the fans. Like I said, we took the whole year off last year, so we understand, that the time is ticking, as they say, and we're really looking forward to it. So it gave us made us much more appreciative of everything. Just being healthy, first of all, number one. Forget playing rock and roll or being in a band. Just being healthy is the main thing that all of us, including yourself, hopefully experience. And so that's the main thing in life, man.
Okay. 2 years ago, at the beginning of 2022, you announced you were going to continue as a 4-piece band with just one guitar player, Richie Faulkner, without Andy Sneap. It was a very surprising decision. Why did you take that decision?
Well, luckily we corrected it, I think, within about 24 hours. So it was a decision. I don't know if you've ever painted a wall in your house, and you buy the paint and maybe you do a little piece of it and you go, that looks pretty good. And then you paint the whole wall and it looks like it doesn't look very good. And you decide quickly, I'm going to repaint it. That's my analogy. So it was one of those decisions that was made, but it was quickly corrected. And that's the main thing. You can make mistakes, but as long as you acknowledge them and correct them, move on.
And you corrected it quickly, so quickly. Maybe you had the pressure from your fans in social media that was an important part to change that decision. All the fans said, please don't do that. Play with 2 guitars. It was important, the fans' opinion.
Of course it was. Yeah. As we say all the time, and it almost sounds cliche, but I think Rob mentions it almost every night on stage. We thank the fans, and if not for fans, no entertainer or entertainment would survive. If it was a movie producer or someone writing a book, or a painter, or in our case, musicians that write songs, without the fans, we have nothing. So absolutely, their opinion counts, and it means something. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. 22 was also an important year because the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony also, you finally were inducted, and especially the ceremony, your fans will never forget, because how did you feel playing again with Les Binks and especially with KK Downing again?
It was awesome. I mean, for me, I'm a Les Binks fan. You know, I was a big fan of his, obviously with songs like Exciter and Better by You, Better by Me, and what's the other one? Beyond the Realms of Death, things like that. So, and those are songs that we still play to this day, obviously, in Judas Priest. But so I was a big fan. It was great for me. It was the first time I'd met him. It was an honor to play on stage with him and also KK. I mean, it needed to be, it needed to be like that. It needed to be with KK and Glenn and Richie. The fact that Les could be there was great. So like you said, it was a special night, and it will live on forever through digital media. And just to be a part of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame too, by the way, let's not underestimate that. We had been nominated, I think, 3 times. And then we won, or we were inducted, I should say. We were finally inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And that's a big deal because, like I just said to you a minute ago about fans, it's important what fans think, right? So it's important that the fans who voted for the Rock and Roll induction, or the people that nominate you, hopefully are music fans. And the fact that that we did get inducted, it means a lot. So we're happy to do it, and thrilled to have it now and in our little bit of history.
Mm-hmm. And was it a strange feeling to play with another drummer on stage? I don't know if it was your first time ever, or it was a strange play with another. You were looking at him, or
No, I was doing my thing, and he's probably doing his, and just, you know, it's one of those things you're only playing. I think it was only 2 songs, and they were kind of short versions, so it was over like that. It was a lot of fun.
mm-hmm. You know, many of your fans wanted to see KK Downing playing again with Judas Priest. They thought that the show, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction, could be the spark that ignited the flame again, but it never happened. Are the doors completely closed for KK comeback?
Well, I don't think anyone can ever say never, or something's closed forever. But I mean, KK has his own band now, doesn't he? So I think I wonder how his band members would feel if he, you know, to hear these rumors all the time, because I'm sure they're very happy to be part of his band and be out there playing. So we'll see. I don't know.
By the way, are you following KK's work with his new band, with KK's Priest? Has you listened to the records, or what can you tell me about it?
I've just seen the stuff that he posts on social media. I've not listened to the whole record start to finish, but I follow the drummer on his social media, and I think he follows me. So I, you know, respect what he's doing, and I think it's great that they're out there. Period. By the way, I think it's great that KK has resurfaced, and he wasn't just trying to grab something from the past that he created, because he left the band, so he must have left the band for a reason, and he was out of the band for a long time. In other words, like you mentioned a second ago, when Judas Priest made the decision to go from basically a 5-piece band to a 4-piece, we quickly realized it was a mistake, and we changed it. And KK didn't do that. He left the band and was gone for years and years, and then decided he ought to be back or something, but that was just his opinion. But so time has moved on, but I'm glad that he finally decided to get back in the music business and create new music. So that's really cool.
And his band name, KK's Priest, was a problem for Judas Priest, almost the same name.
No, not at all. I mean, he has a right to the name and to play the songs that he co-wrote. So no.
Okay. You were very, very important for Tim Ripper Owens back in the 90s to be member of the band. We all know. Do you have any kind of contact with him nowadays, or?
No, I mean, we text every once in a while, but not very often. But I mean, no, I'm fine with Ripper. I think I know he's a great singer. We all know he's a great singer, and he's a good guy from what I remember. He's a cool dude, and I'm happy for him, man. He deserves to be on the big stages of the world because he's a great talent, and I'm happy people get to enjoy his singing.
All right. Let's going to talk a little bit about the tour, upcoming tour. I reckon you start next month in Great Britain, I think. Okay, the Judas Priest, Saxon and Uriah Heep will be the, I think, personally, will be the heavy metal tour of the year in Europe, at least. How did you manage to get three historical bands together, touring together? Because Saxon and Uriah Heep have their very long history.
Yeah, I don't know, but it is a good package because, like you said, each band has, not only are they primarily based in the UK, Great Britain, England, one of those countries. Not only are they all based there, but the fact that each band pretty much has about the same length of history. In other words, I think each band was formed in the 70s and started producing original music in the late 70s. So it's really ironic and unusual that all these bands are still together, and everybody's still, again, talking about health. Everybody's healthy enough to be out, to be able to go out and play and tour. So it's unique in that regard, and I think it's pretty cool that, again, these sort of tours are not going to last forever. They're going to be gone one day, and so I hope everybody comes out and appreciates and comes to experience it, because we're looking forward to it.
For those who could see the Firepower tour, will be many different surprises or anything different in the upcoming tour? What can we expect of it?
Well, it's a whole new tour, so it won't be, it'll be new stage designs and stage sets, and probably some new costumes or outfits that we're going to wear. And not only, of course, we'll play new music from the new albums. That's new. We also hope to do some, what I call, new old songs that Judas Priest may have written 40 or 50 or 30 years ago, but we just haven't played them live either in a long time or ever. So that's new. It's something new to play. And I know, Andy, Richie, and myself, we're always coming up with ideas and feeding them to Rob and Ian. Go, hey, how about let's play this song, man? You guys haven't done this either in forever, or it's been a long time. So we're looking forward to that. We're all Priest fans before we were in the band, so we love playing the old music.
I have to ask you, any of those songs you are rehearsing? Can you let me know any song you are rehearsing?
Maybe we'll
at least
do
one.
What?
At least one.
Maybe Saints in Hell. Maybe we'll do that one.
Oh, great. We're looking forward to it.
It's a cool song, man.
Okay, before we have been talking about the importance of the fans, something that the Judas Priest fans would also love would be to see Iron Maiden and Judas Priest touring together again after so many years. Have you ever talked about it? It could be possible anytime, or?
Well, you know what? I saw that package. It was before I was in the band, and they played my hometown of Norfolk, Virginia. They played an arena called Norfolk Scope, and it's when Iron Maiden had Paul Diana, and Maiden opened up for Priest. But I was in the audience, so I was a punter on the other side of the barricade at that point. Anyways, it's something that gets tossed around. I mean, a lot of the fans and journalists like yourself keep mentioning it, but for whatever reason, it's not been able to happen. But we would certainly welcome it. But I guess if Maiden's going to be the headliner, then it's kind of up to them to make the proposition or make it happen, really.
Okay. I thought the first time you saw Judas Priest was Screaming for Vengeance tour, but it was before.
It was before that. Yeah, it absolutely was.
Was it British Steel tour or Point of Entry tour?
Point of Entry. It was Point of Entry. Yeah. They opened up with Solar Angels. I remember that too. But yeah, that was the first time.
Okay. And speaking of Iron Maiden, and the festival you shared last year in Power Trip in Indio, California, Bruce Dickinson said that he wasn't really happy with the crowd distribution at the Power Trip Festival because he said that it was the rich people that wanted to record everything with the phones, the first lines, the first crowd. I don't know. It was a problem for you playing there, or it was a different experience? What about the Power Trip Festival?
Well, it's in California, and it's funny. As a musician, I used to live in California, and I was in a local band there called Racer X, and we obviously played California a lot. So when you play California and you play New York City and some of these places where they've kind of seen it all and done it all, maybe they're a little more difficult to impress because sometimes they sit there like this. I don't know if you can see my arms, you know. But no, the Power Trip Festival was, I mean, I don't know. That's Bruce's opinion. And obviously he's got a lot of opinions about a lot of things, but I thought it was really cool. It was amazing. I want to say it was like 80,000 people. And the night that we played was obviously in front of AC/DC. And to me, that was the best night because of AC/DC, not because of us, but AC/DC. And they hadn't played live or on stage with Brian Johnson in a long time. So the fans were super excited. So obviously Bruce played a different night and I wasn't there. So I don't know what he experienced, but I thought it was pretty cool.
You took the place, the Ozzy Osbourne place there because he could not play there. There was a Judas Priest Ozzy Osbourne tour that was delaying from year to year. Lots of fans expected the Ozzy Osbourne Judas Priest tour. What's your relationship with Ozzy Osbourne? I don't know if you can tell me any anecdote with Ozzy Osbourne, or what's your relationship with him, the madman?
Well, I don't have any anecdotes because we've never been able to get in a room with him because he kept delaying the tour as you mentioned. So that's between he and Sharon Osbourne. I don't know. Obviously, we know he has health issues and he's had a lot of health issues. So it's just one of those things. We were always ready to do it, and it was out of our control. Like I said to you a minute ago, if you're the headliner, you asked about Iron Maiden. Well, if they're going to be the headliner, they kind of pick and choose who they want to go on tour, and they make it happen financially and strategically and everything. So same thing with Ozzy. It was his tour, and he kept canceling. So there's nothing much we could do.
Mm-hmm. Sharon Osbourne has mentioned that she wants to arrange a couple of final gigs in Birmingham with Ozzy Osbourne. I don't know. Judas Priest will be the perfect partner for that shows from Birmingham also. How do you see it? Playing the finals.
It would be great if it happened. It would be great if it happened. Again, I don't know what kind of health condition Ozzy's in. Who knows, man? Your guess would be as good as mine. I have no idea, but sure, it would be great for him and the fans to get together, especially in Birmingham, which is his hometown. So it would be great, and I think it'd be wonderful if he could pull it off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as a part of Judas Priest, a couple of questions more. What happened with Elegant Weapons? Because you and Rex Brown recorded the album with Richie, and it wasn't clear when you left the band, but that came another two players for the tour. What happened with Elegant Weapons?
Well, you're right. We recorded the record. Obviously, Rex had things to do with Pantera, and I had things to do personally with my life, and I just couldn't do the tour that they did, I think, last summer. But obviously, Richie and I are bandmates in Judas Priest, and we're good friends. And who's to say we won't play together in the future? So that's about it, really.
Okay. By the way, do you have a relationship with your old Racer X teammates? I don't know, after Mr. Big's farewell that is going to happen this year, I don't know if you could reactivate Racer X, or I don't know, is this possible, or is it a closed door?
Well, again, these are questions that are out of my control, but it would be great to do that. Now, you mentioned Racer. I just was with Jeff Martin last weekend up in Auburn, California. We play for fun. We get together, I don't know, maybe twice a year with some other guys, and we play Judas Priest songs. We do some AC/DC songs. There's another singer besides Jeff who really sounds a lot like Brian Johnson. So we played last weekend in Auburn, California, a weekend before last. Today's Tuesday, right? So last weekend before. But anyways, and there's stuff out there on YouTube of it, I'm sure. But no, I see Jeff and talk to him more often because he lives in California. And I love Jeff Martin, man. He's just a great guy, a great friend. And and he's, I think, more, he did something with Paul a few months ago. So we're all kind of around, so it'd be great if we could get together one last time before one of us is not around. And we'll see.
Because Jeff was very important for you to enter Judas Priest back in the 80s, I reckon, if I'm not wrong.
Absolutely, yeah. And like I said, Jeff and I are still friends, and we play like we just played. So we, I don't know, it'd be great. It'd be great if Paul wanted to do it. I think it's mostly up to Paul Gilbert.
Okay, and just to finish the interview, a couple of questions more. I don't know if you listen to new music or did you discover new bands, or what kind of music are you listening in the last times?
Nothing really new that I can say has jumped out. I mean, when I'm driving around in the car, I have satellite radio, and I'm always pushing the buttons and moving around on different songs and different genres of music. So there's nothing really I can say that's grabbed me recently that I can think of now.
Okay, okay. And any new drummer that have you discovered that you think is very good, or I don't know?
Wow. That's the beauty of the internet and social media. There's a million great drummers. Some of them, are maybe not famous or not playing arenas or out on tour. They're in their bedrooms or doing wherever they're playing. But there's so many great drummers, and I follow a lot of them on Instagram, I guess, and I don't know them personally, but there's so many. When you say the word or the phrase "great drummers," it really, don't get me started, but it could mean a lot of different things. It could mean someone's a great drummer because they're a good teacher, they're a good instructor. I don't know if you see my hand. They're a good instructor. So on the Instagram, they'll show you how to play certain things, and they break it down, and they have a little video that goes across. So I find those, I like those. I think those are very interesting. And obviously I look at them, and I don't have time, but I want to learn. I go, oh, that's a cool lick or a cool pattern they're playing. But there's so many great players out there, and it's great that the internet enables them to be exposed to the world.
Mm-hmm. Some of your style is the colorful sticks are part of your style. I can imagine all the fans want to have your colorful sticks.
That's interesting, because I think those sticks have gone away now. They don't make them anymore in that color. So on this new tour, we'll have to see what I can get. But they,
oh my God,
stopped. I know, man.
Oh,
you could write to Vater Drumsticks, VATER.com. You could ask them, but they stopped making them. So again, one of those things out of my control. I don't have a drumstick factory, and I can't produce them on my own.
So you will play with normal sticks in the upcoming tour?
I'm sorry?
Would you play with the classic sticks in the upcoming tour?
Yeah, my drum tech and I, we're joking. We're saying we're going to take the sticks, and we're going to hold each one, and we're going to spray paint it. We're going to get some paint and just spray paint it to make them look like the old sticks.
All right, great. Okay, and just to finish the interview, anything we haven't mentioned that you want to talk about? Anything that we haven't talked that you think is important for the Judas Priest fans?
Yeah, coming to Spain, Español, I can't wait. I found out many years ago that I have some family heritage from Spain. Actually, my great grandmother, I think.
Really?
I have some. Yeah, there's some heritage there that I really want to explore more. But anyways, every time we play Spain, it's one of those. It's definitely one of the top European heavy metal countries that we play. Is from an audience reaction and the excitement in the crowd. Like when we start the Painkiller intro, the crowd goes berserk. It goes mental. So I love the food. I love the weather. I love the beaches. Everything. So really looking forward to coming to Spain. It'll be great.
And do you know what part of Spain is your heritage? What city?
No, I don't want to. I just know that my mother, before she passed, she told me, she said, next time you're there, she said, look, she told me where, but I don't remember. So I don't want to mention it because it'll be wrong. And then somebody will correct me probably on the internet. But I do think there's some family history there from my grandmother's side. Yeah.